Cult of Dusty.
You know, I used to call myself a liberal, man, but I just can't do that anymore. Liberals are too fucking gullible to associate myself with. Case in point, Ahmed the Muslim clock boy. When I first heard this story, I knew immediately this was bullshit. I mean, the kid's story defies all credibility to any intelligent person. So this is the story they want us to believe. A kid whose last name is Muhammad, who has lived his entire life in a post-9/11 world, had absolutely no idea that when he took this device to class, somebody might find it suspicious. And then when he took it to class, all those evil Islamophobe teachers said, "Hey, you're obviously a terrorist." And they called the cops on him because they thought he had a bomb, and the cops came, and the cops arrested him, and they took him downtown, and they questioned him illegally without his parents there. And this just proves that so many Americans, and especially Texans, are just a bunch of Islamophobic bigots. Fucking Americans, always hating on somebody with a brown skin. But wait. This story doesn't actually make any fucking sense, and as the details started coming out, anybody who was paying attention even the slightest knew this was bullshit. First off, it defies credibility for a kid whose last name is Muhammad to claim that he had no idea taking this device to school might raise some eyebrows. In fact, we know this is bullshit based on his own words. He gave an interview and admitted that he knew the device was suspicious before he even took it to school. In fact, he knew it was so suspicious that he took steps to try to make it look less suspicious.
I closed it with a cable. So, because I didn't want to lock it to make it seem like a threat, so I just used a simple cable. So it won't look that much suspicious.
And then next up, he claimed by his own words that he grew up being called stuff like Bacon Boy, and he was hyper aware of the political situation surrounding Muslims. I mean, obviously he would be. But hey, he was just trying to impress his teacher by taking his invention to school, right? Well, after this controversy came out, many electronics experts went to YouTube to show that this kid did not invent anything. He literally took the guts out of another clock and then stuffed them in this little mini briefcase looking thing. And yes, I know it was a pencil box. It's a pencil box that was specifically made to look like a briefcase. So we know this kid did not invent anything. He simply took the guts out of one clock and put it in another box. So even by his own story, he was trying to impress his teacher by lying to him. But this story defies credibility. Why would he take the guts out of one clock and put it in a little mini briefcase box and take it to school to impress his teacher? And then we found out that this kid has a history of being suspended for pulling off pranks, which didn't surprise me at all. Obviously, this is what's happening here. This kid bought a mini briefcase looking thing, took the guts out of an already existing clock and stuck it in there so that he could pull a prank. And on top of that, we learned that Ahmed's sister had already been suspended from the exact same school district for making bomb threats.
I've talked to the kid.
Go ahead.
Right, he's from Dallas, and I've talked to the people in the school district. The kid is a super smart kid, science geek. We talked about science, but while I'm talking to him on the phone, as I asked him a question, tell me what happened, because I'm curious, right? His sister, over his shoulder, you could hear, listening to the question, giving him the answer.
And then it was revealed that Ahmed's father is well known for being involved in publicity stunts that involve Islam. One of his former teachers even went public to say that Ahmed was a weird little kid, and admitted to him that he would do something someday that would make him huge on the internet. So given this evidence, you really expect me to believe that this kid had no idea his clock may raise some eyebrows? I mean, that story defies all credibility. How gullible are you? But I understand why so many people were misled. It's because the media misled you. Every single time that you read in the media that Ahmed was arrested because they thought he had a bomb, you were lied to. That is abso-fucking-lutely not what happened. Nobody at any time ever thought Ahmed had a bomb. Instead, the teachers, who interact with him every day and know this kid, believe that he was trying to commit a hoax. They never thought he had a bomb, ever. The media just shamelessly lied about this story in order to further the narrative they were trying to spread, which is that America is full of Islamophobes. So look, I wasn't there, I don't know this kid, but here's what I think happened based on the evidence that I've seen. I think, like a lot of 14-year-old kids, Muhammad was trying to be edgy and cool, and he thought, hey, I'll take this device to school that sort of looks like a bomb, you know, to be the edgy little Muslim kid who took a thing that looked like a bomb to school. Exactly like you would expect a little 14-year-old bitch to act like. And he thought to himself, if anybody asks me, I could just say it's a clock. Because it is just a clock. And so, of course, since he doesn't know how to make a clock, he simply took the guts out of one clock and then he put it in this little mini briefcase thing to make it look suspicious. I think Ahmed was simply trying to get a rise out of his teachers and his students, and it worked better than he ever imagined. He committed a hoax, and the hoax paid off in spades.
But be honest, keep it 100. Was it a little cool to be arrested?
It was kind of cool.
And according to Ahmed himself, this is what happened. He took the device to school, he showed his teacher, and the very first teacher he showed it to told him, this thing looks like a bomb, it looks suspicious, you should put it away. Because it did look suspicious, like a bomb, exactly like Ahmed planned it to. But apparently he did not get a big enough rise out of his teachers. So instead of putting the device away, like in his locker like he was told, instead he took his clock from class to class to class and kept showing it off over and over again. And I guess he never got the reaction he wanted. So he set the alarm to go off very loudly in the middle of class. Look it up, this is what happened. And so the teacher's sitting there in the middle of class, and the alarm goes off very loudly on this suspicious device. And she knows Ahmed, she knows this kid. And I'm sure, since it happened in the very same school district, this teacher must have known that Ahmed's sister had also been suspended previously for bomb threats. I mean, obviously that'd be a very major thing. All the teachers would know about it. So this teacher who knew Ahmed, who knew he had a history of getting suspended for pranks, who knew his sister had also been suspended for bomb threats, saw this device that he had set the alarm off loudly in the middle of class and thought to herself, this kid is obviously trying to commit a prank. Because that's what he was fucking doing! So then she doesn't make a big fuss about it or anything because she sees right through this kid. She knows Ahmed's just a little 14-year-old angst-filled bitch. And so she pretty much ignores him. She takes the device from him, puts it up, and tells him she'll talk to him about it after class. At no time did she think or behave like this was a bomb. She knew it wasn't a bomb. So as she sat there and thought about it, she realized that they have zero tolerance policies at the school for things like this. She has absolutely no choice but to report this to the principal. No choice whatsoever. If she does not do this, she will be fired. Now, she didn't make up this rule. It's not her fault that this is the way it is. She is simply following the rules to keep herself from being fired. So she takes this clock to the principal. And the principal also has a zero tolerance policy. He also has to follow rules that he did not write, but he has to follow them or he will be fired. And part of these rules is that he has to call the police and have them investigate this. He has no choice in the matter. So he calls the cops, of course. They are not behaving this way because Muhammad is Muslim. Any other kid who brought a device to school that looks like a bomb, who had a history of being suspended for pranks, and whose sister had already been suspended in the same school district for bomb threats would have behaved exactly the same way. But I fully admit that I don't really know what happened in this case because I don't know this kid and I was not there. But do you know who does know this kid and who was there? The teachers who interact with him every single day and were there when this happened. You know, teachers, the good guys that we all pretend that we love and support. Yeah, well, his teachers were there. They know this kid, and they believed and still believe that he was trying to commit a hoax in the middle of class. That's what the fuck they said happened. But you liberals are willing to throw these teachers under the bus in a heartbeat because what this Muslim kid is telling you supports the preconceived notions you already have about Texas. So in your mind, fuck those teachers. Even though religious people have been lying in order to con us since the beginning of mankind, you people still fall for this shit. So anyway, based on this obvious prank, he got invited by Google to attend a science fair. She got flown out to the White House. He got flown all over the country. Then he flew overseas and met with a guy who's wanted for international war crimes. He's a worldwide celebrity and to many in the Muslim world a hero now for committing a fucking hoax. And now he is suing the school district for $15 million fucking dollars. $15 million. And the response of liberal regressives on my Facebook feed is maddening. They're basically like, this kid should get 25 million. And saying shit like, I hope he wins. This will teach people not to be bigots. Well, first of all, really? This is really going to teach people not to be bigots? It's not like this money is coming out of the principal's salary. It's not like this money is coming out of the teacher's salary. It's not like this money is coming out of the police salary. This money is coming from the school district. It's going to hurt the children in the school district. If you thought the school districts were underfunded before, just wait till Ahmed the Muslim clock boy sucks another 15 million out of them. All this does is hurt the kids. It doesn't teach anybody shit. And number two, what a fucking piece of shit this kid and his parents are. Even if he was totally fucking innocent in this whole thing and was the victim of Islamophobia, he's already been rewarded incredibly for it. He's already got a full scholarship to school in Qatar. He's already been flown all over the world by Google and the White House. He's already met presidents and world leaders. This kid has benefited from this already incredibly. Why sue the school district for $15 million more and hurt the children? How the fuck can you people support this shit? And those of you saying, well, this might be a good lesson to bigots. Well, you know, I've seen a lot of bigotry here, but the bigotry has come from you, regressive leftists, who believe that these teachers, who you don't know anything about, are Islamophobes simply because they come from Texas. You have absolutely no evidence that these teachers would not have behaved exactly the same if a white kid had done this or a black kid or an Asian kid. Yet you assume that these Texas teachers are Islamophobes because it fits the preconceived notions of what you already believe. What a fucking load of bigots you are. So look, why do I care? I fucking don't. I don't give a shit about this kid. But politically, I'm a Bernie Sanders supporting Democratic socialist. I lean way left. And when I see my fellow leftists be so fucking gullible, I have to call you out on it. Because it makes us look stupid. You will literally buy anything the left-wing blogs tell you. I want my side to be better than this. Which is why I'm just as ready to call out bullshit on my side as I am to call it out on the other side. Seriously, dudes, please. Stop being so fucking gullible. It's embarrassing. Logic.
It's time to judge my soul.